everybody, and welcome to the Crystal Lightworkers podcast to aid spirituality and well-being using crystals. My name is Jackie Winters, founder of the British Academy of Crystal Healing, and today I'd like to speak with you about using crystals to find beauty. I'd also like to speak to you about the web of light. So thank you so much for joining me again. And I hope you're all keeping well. This week, I would like to speak with you about using crystals to find beauty and the crystal web of light, how it came into being, and how the web shows us that the spirit world and the 3D world are so closely linked and weave their magic from one to another. So the crystal web of light, it all started as a dream. Have you ever had a dream that's so prolific? It seems as though the experience was as real as in this everyday awake world. I know I have. And sometimes I actually get mixed up which world I have had the experience in, because getting muddled as to whether it's in a dream that I've had the experience or whether it's in reality that I've had experience. Now, please don't assume that I am some sort of crazy woman, but when you have the ability to travel from the dimensions, sometimes the experiences in the sleep state, like the shamans had the dreams and what have you, really, really are anchored. So it feels as though they are as real as having the experience here in the three-dimensional world. And I think that's because Spirit wants to bring something through into the real world. You know, there's a message for you, or there's a message for the world, or they're asking you to help them. And I remember just before having this dream saying that, you know, I would like to be part of something really big. And then I had this dream, and the dream was really quite prolific for me at that time. And I'm going to share the story with you on how the web of light came into being. And it all started quite a few years ago, actually. It was probably around about 20 years ago now, I think, that I had this very, very intense dream about a crystal web of light. Now, during the dream, I was being given instructions from a Native American Indian regarding the significance of this crystal web and what it was going to do, how it was going to work. And they told me that I would birth this web, this crystalline web, into the 3D reality and the 3D realm. And why I was doing it was because that the spirits of nature wanted to bring the world of beauty, or the authentic world of beauty, the natural world of beauty, into our realm of existence. Now, I think I've mentioned in previous podcasts that my mission when I started the Academy was to try and bring crystal healing into mainstream and make it a viable option for body maintenance and well-being. And what the shamans were saying here was exactly what I felt was needed. We seem to, as a nation, spend more money and more time on making ourselves look beautiful instead of on our health and our well-being. So to bring crystals into that beauty sector and just get a message out there about natural beauty, I was really excited about it. I can't lie. I was really looking forward to it. And I knew that the web was going to help those who were just waking up to energy medicine have a greater understanding of how it all works. Because energy medicine is the medicine of the soul, according to the shamans. Anyway, let's get back to the dream. I was told in the dream that this web would have a specific message and would be very, very well received within the beauty industry. So I'm hearing that they want to marry the spirit world and the energy world with the beauty industry and start to help bring it more into mainstream. I was so excited that the nature spirits within the crystals wanted to get their message out there and help people awaken to the beauty in the world, to the beauty within themselves. to find that beauty within themselves, to see that beauty within other people, and to help them feel beautiful. Because I don't think some of us feel beautiful, do we? You have to really dig deep sometimes to feel that beautiful energy inside of you. And it usually comes from doing some good in the world. You know, when you've helped somebody, you feel really good inside. So the Native American Indians were, through the Crystal Kingdom, wanting to promote a different type of beauty, an authentic, natural beauty that would be recognized by many and be received by all ages, you know, thereby embracing who we are at whatever stage of our life. I'm sometimes seeing youngsters out there in the world that are having their lips enhanced, or, you know, or they're having their eyelashes extended, or whatever they're doing, you know, and that's absolutely fine. But if they're doing it because they don't feel beautiful, then there's something wrong in society. And I really feel that the web of light is here to help us realize that, you know, we're absolutely stunning. We're absolutely beautiful. You know, if you want your eyelashes extended or your lips made bigger, then that's absolutely fine. But if you're doing it because you don't love yourself, or you don't feel that feeling of being beautiful, then the web of light really, really will help you. So the web of light is teaching us to love the experience of being in form in our physical body, to recognize our beauty regardless of our age, appearance, or our shape, but having the ability to see the soul within ourselves and within each and every one of us, and allow our soul to shine through, and mentally put restrictions on ourselves by saying, you know, I should be thinner, I should be fatter, I should have bigger lips, I should have this. The crystal web really helps us embrace who we are and how we look in the world, and to eventually become really comfortable with ourselves and shine our beauty out into the world. Now, the crystal web would not be a means of profiteering, the Native American Indians told me. You know, it isn't for making a profit, Jackie. It's about offering a good service, but offering a fair price for that service. So I knew that it wasn't going to become a commercial profit making item, that it was here with a purpose, a spiritual purpose, and that it was okay to use it and charge for my services or charge for my time, but not exploit it. And, you know, people would listen. They told me people will listen and they will understand what's happening. Now, the spirits of the crystal knew their mission, and they would make a difference in the inner world of the recipient, which would also adjust their perception of the outer appearance in the world. I was told that it will create a genuine smile on people's faces. It will create a glow within them that will radiate out from them and send out a youthful appearance in the world. You know, that little child inside of you, the excitement comes through, and it's very youthful. We also carry a lot of stress in our body, and in particular in the facial muscles. And when this stress leaves us through using crystals, we find that our face then starts to look more relaxed, look more youthful. So as I started to look into having this web made, I started to learn a lot more about the web as time went on. And I might add that this dream came to me during a time when I was in between jobs, and finances were not good. They were slow at the time. So part of me, I'm not going to lie, became truly excited that Spirit would invite me into this vision, and that I was going to be part of something really amazing and maybe even generate an income from it. So yeah, I was really excited. But the excitement didn't last too long, unfortunately, because I came to realize that I had no idea how to create this web. None at all. And I didn't have the funds to make it either. In my dream, it looked so intricate and so delicate, just like a spider's web. And it required a specialist to thread it. And the crystals they had told me to use when I researched them where they cost a lot of money. So I did become a little bit disappointed, but my heart held that vision because during that dream, I'd really, really integrated something. I really knew that there was some big message here to be sent out to the world. And I knew that it had to come through, but I just didn't know how it was going to do that. I knew that it was real, that world, the spirit world, the dream world was just as real as this world. And I felt that it would be birthed into the everyday waking world. Weeks went by and absolutely nothing happened. And I just sort of thought, well, it was a nice experience. It was a nice feeling when I was connected to it, but then it just sort of drizzled out. And when it drizzled out, I had a chance meeting with a man who listened to my story of my dream. We ended up having a conversation about crystals, and I shared with him that I'd had this dream and that the Native American Indian had told me about this web of light that would be created and enter into the beauty world. Well, when he'd heard about it and he'd listened to my story, he said, "Would you mind if I fund it?" Whoa, happy me. I told him all about the meaning behind it. And he, being a businessman, thought that, well, yeah, there's some money to be made here, and maybe we can look at getting this out there in the world. So he decided that this web could really make a difference in the beauty world and sponsored it, which was incredible. The web was drawn and a design of it was created, and the crystals were ordered, and the process of creating it began. Oh my goodness, I loved watching it come to life, watching how carefully it was handmade with such precision and such love. And I'm not going to lie, since the web has been available, people have tried replicating it since, but not had a great deal of luck because it's so intricate. The way it's strung together is really, really intricate, and it is needed to be done by a specialist. So I decided to research a little bit more about the significance of the spider and the web within the Native American culture. And the spider is here to remind us how interconnected we all are and how we are constantly interweaving with each other. That every action that we do and every reaction that we have has an effect on the collective. It is the inner connection of divine perfection within the universe, the inner connection of divine perfection within the universe. That is the web, apparently. It is the interconnection of divine perfection within the universe. Have you ever looked at a spider's web? I mean, really looked at it and seen how it's created? And how long the spider takes to make that web, that it's almost like it's connecting everything so meticulously. The sacred geometry of it alone is just incredible. So here we are wanting to harness that energy of the web that the Native American Indians talk about and how it brings in connectivity and will help us to hold our vision and make us all interconnected, to help people feel beautiful, to help people see beauty, to hear beauty without a word of a lie, make a massive difference in the world. I also felt that it would bring heart-based people together, that the people that were going to work with this web, that somehow they would be dotted here, there, and everywhere around maybe the UK, maybe even further, and that we, energy workers, would have like an energetic connection with each other, because I do believe that there is an interconnected energetic web all the way around Mother Earth. And everyone who has managed to open their heart and live a life that is heart-based is connected to it. So I really thought that, the creation of the web will connect all these heart-based people that are going to work with it and bring it all together so we're all energetically linked, sort of making a community of people that were heart-based and beautiful. When the web had been created and was ready for emerging out into the world, the man who was the investor took it to a very large beauty conference where the biggest names in beauty were. There were people from all over the world. and big names within the beauty industry. So here I was in between jobs, not got a great deal of money, standing in a conference center where people had flown in from a different country, surrounded by extreme wealth, beauty, and influential people in the beauty industry with a new product that I felt could change the world. I cannot tell you how excited I was. Oh my goodness, this is it. We're really in the right place to make a big difference in the world. So, as the day went on through the conference, people visited where we were displaying the web, and many of them were interested in the web. And a large company offered me a large amount of money to take exclusivity of it. People tried it, they felt it, they recognized what it was doing, they felt the energy in their face, they recognized everything that was going and decided to invest in it, but wanted exclusivity. Now, at the time, remember, I'm not employed, I'm not earning a great deal of money. So my mind says to me, oh my gosh, all my dreams have come true. Here I am, and I am going to finally have some good income from the creation of this. But my heart did not want it to be exclusive and become a profiteering tool, a product that was for a gimmick. That's not why it's here. And so the words that fell easily from my mouth, I have to add, were linked to my heart. And I did say, thank you so much. No, thank you. I'm not going to lie here because I am human and my mind was protesting a bit like the scene in Ghost where Whoopi Goldberg is handing money over to charity and part of her doesn't want to let it go. I was doing the same, but my heart, fortunately, I did manage to say no. Needless to say, the web then was no longer a commercial item. And I thanked the man who had invested in it, and we went our separate ways. And I started to attend just local mind, body, and spirit events, some larger commercial events as well, and just letting people know what the web was here for and how it could bring beauty into the lives of people and help them just talk about the web and to explain that beauty is really something that is a feeling, not just an aesthetic state of being. I knew that the web had a job to do. And at the conference, by making an entrance and letting people know it was here, that it was a definite no for anyone who wanted to profiteer from it. I knew that I could use it and heart-based people could use it and offer a fair price for their work, but it needed to be available to people to be able to get the spiritual message out as well, and that the evolution of the beauty industry needed to address this natural healing, which it was starting to do, and it does. The natural healing products are out there, which is great. And I'm talking 20 years ago now. Don't forget when this all happened. So my journey with the web took me to events where I promoted authentic beauty within the beauty industry. And I soon learned that the web had a spirit of its own, would only make itself available to those that were heart orientated and who it believed would serve it well. There have been many sold, but I have given over trying to sell it because really it will not go to those who it does not feel connected to. I remember at one conference, after having delivered a speech about natural beauty and being authentic and what the crystal web could offer, that a lady came to me and said that she had heard the call of the web. Because that's what I think it does. I think it calls you from your heart. I think it's like, I want to work with you. I want to get out there in the world. I know your vibration matches my vibration. And it calls people through the heart. But I also knew that she hadn't heard it. And that on some level, bless her, she wanted to feel special and that she wasn't really there yet. She looked in her bag for a checkbook and found that she didn't have any left in her checkbook. So she went to the ATM and took her card with her. And the card got swallowed up in the ATM. She couldn't even get it out of the ATM. So she came back to our stand. And it was seriously unbelievable for the poor lady because she was embarrassed that she couldn't pay or, purchase the web. So I gave her a business card and said when she returned home, she just need to call me if she wanted to, and we'd sort something out. But believe it or not, when she left, she lost the business card and we haven't heard from her since. So I really believe that maybe the web wasn't ready to work with her, or maybe she wasn't ready at that stage to work with the web. So as you can see, it seems to have a life of its own. The spirits within the crystals are really at play. And I'm just a keeper of the web. I'm fortunate enough to ensure that the web is looked after and delivered properly, and that authentic crystals are used, and everything is maintained to what spirit world would like it to be. So as you can see, the two worlds really are intertwined. The spirit world is as real as this one and is working its magic through heart-centered people to create a more loving, beauty-filled world, to bring more light consciousness and love into this three-dimensional world. Now remember, the whole process, the whole experience started in the spirit world with the dream, with the ancestors spoke to me, and then the magic weaved its way by unfolding in this 3D realm, and the creation was made. Even when I wondered, I didn't even know how it was going to happen, but my heart was saying, it's going to come. It's going to come. I know it's going to come. I just don't know how it's going to come because I haven't got the money for it. I can't make it. Maybe I have to give it to somebody else. Maybe I'm just here to pass the information on so somebody else can do it. But it was so connected to my heart, I didn't feel that was the case. So I learned a valuable lesson. I learned the lesson of manifestation, that I have since then tried to remember the process of manifestation and realize that when I listen to my heart, instead of my head saying, well, you want this and you want this and you want this, because just like that lady, I too do that. Not to the degree I used to, but sometimes my mind tells me that I want something and my heart gets a little bit, no, that's not what you want. This is what you want. So I have to check in with my heart regularly to make sure that my mind doesn't take me in the wrong direction. And that when I release the doubt that sometimes my mind creates that, what my heart wants will happen, then I see the process firsthand. And that whatever my heart desires is birthed into this reality. And it's like watching a web being weaved and the magic coming from the two worlds. Now, people who have the web, who bought the web, have said that the light from this beautiful creation is truly extraordinary. It is magnificent. But you have to know how to look after that vibration. You have to know how to maintain that vibration. You have to know how to care for the crystals. We live in a world of duality. And by just making the choices to see, hear, and act from our heart will lighten our spirits. And when we lighten our spirits, we lighten other people's too. Every time you tell somebody what a great job they've done or empower them, you're lighting them up. You're reaching to the soul. And that feels really good, doesn't it? You start to look really good within yourself because you start wearing a beautiful, authentic smile. Not a fake smile, but a beautiful, authentic smile. And the beauty inside of you just starts to radiate out. I know it's not always easy to find that authentic smile, that sometimes we do get lost in mind energy. And when we do get lost in mind energy, this is when the web really comes into its own. This is why it's here. So let's explain a little bit about the web, how it works, what's happening with the crystals. So the web is made up of quartz crystals and Herkimer diamonds that have been especially sourced from the mountains for their purity. There's also sacred geometry shapes of the square, the circle, and the triangle that have been included in the formation, which emit a vibration in keeping with the three-dimensional world. The shapes, they promote the energy of security, wholeness, and focus. Just a footnote here while we're talking about sacred geometry, if you would like to know more about sacred geometry and how the energy impacts on you, we do teach this in our classes. And I think there is a couple of drop-in 1-hour video classes that have them on. If you have a search through the Dropbox menu, and they're not expensive, and they're just a 1-hour class that you can download, or you can come online and have some classes in a group scenario. All our classes near enough are done online. So distance is now no longer a problem. Okay, let's get back to these crystals. So let's look at how do the crystals work. Quartz crystals and various gemstones are already found in many facial and body creams due to the recognition that they enhance the effect of the cream, the lotion, or the potion, whatever it is. Scientists have recognized that somehow quartz enhances the effect. So they crush down the quartz or the mineral, whatever they're putting in it, and they place it in their products. Because quartz is a piezoelectric material that generates an electrical charge. And this was discovered by Pierre Curie and his brother Jacques in 1880. So the concept of using crystal energy was then developed further in 1970 with the introduction of quartz watches. So when crystals are used independently in massage or in facials, they emit a natural form of light. Light is energy, and that stimulates our neurological system, which is the body's energy system. Neurology is all about the energy that's going through your body. The crystals emit light energy into the neurological system, and it sends very positive messages, signals to the brain and throughout the body via the nervous system. The light permeates through the skin to a deeper cellular level where it has been found to restore healthy growth patterns and a rejuvenated appearance. This is because it's relaxing you, it's helping you just flower, just be you. So research with the web, when we've used the web and we've done some research in it because it's been here now around about 18 years. And when we did some research, what we found it was beneficial for was deep relaxation. It relaxes you to a deeper level than most people can do in a conscious mind setting. It improves your circulation. It actually improves muscle tone because not only does it relax the neurological system, it tones it as well. So, your muscles just tone up a little bit and it gives you a firmer appearance. It increases self-esteem. It helps people recognize, do you know what? I am beautiful. I am good enough. I am. It is also good for skin purification. So if anybody has thread veins, if they have any kind of skin eruptions on the face, it is really good for purification. We also incorporate into the web Herkimer diamonds. So why Herkimer diamonds? Herkimer quartz diamonds are extremely powerful crystals, very, very purifying crystals, because they are double terminated. They have the ability to not only transmit energy, but also receive energy. So it's got like a positive charge and a negative charge, giving it the ability to absorb energy into it, clean it and purify it, and then transmit energy back out into the energy field. Herkimer diamonds are said to enhance telepathy. So they work on the mind and help you be more in tune with everything that's alive on the planet. It's also really good for lovers that have to live or spend time apart, because you can then still feel connected to each other energetically. They will also attract your soulmate. Now, a soulmate is a person who sees the soul, sees the beauty of your soul, or sees the distress of your soul, or sees the upset of your soul. But a soulmate is someone who sees past the physical form. So as you can see here, Herkimer diamonds really are here to help us see the soul, heal the soul, and find the beauty of the soul. They help you enter the dream world and be more in tune with the natural world around you. Quite an asset, aren't they? Now, before I finish today, I would like to mention other tools of crystals that you can use in your beauty regime, or you can decide to bring in to help other people. I'd like to mention, first of all, how soothing eye soothers are. eye soothers are crystals that sit nicely on your eyes. They are soothing. Jade, sodalite, rose quartz, lapis, and clear quartz are just a few that are absolutely exceptional for the eyes. Note a point here. Don't put yellow, red, or orange crystals on the eyes initially, unless you really know what you're doing, due to the fact that they can create a headache and give an overstimulation. Calcite, believe it or not, clear calcite, I was told, was used to magnify things before glasses became available. Interesting. So I have tried using clear calcite on my eyes, and it does seem to focus you more and help you see more clearly. Other things that you can use on your face are wands to massage. You can also use little pebbles. You can use rollers. There's lots that you can do with the crystals, lots of different tools out there now made out of crystals to help you be able to bring them into your daily regime so that you can feel beautiful. So if you'd like to purchase the eye soothers, because they're not readily available on the internet, we do have some, and we do make sure that all our prices are fair. If you hear the call of the crystal web and you would like to know more about it, then we'd love to educate you on it. Or if you would like to join us on a short online Zoom course called Beauty with Crystals, it is delivered over 3 evenings. Each evening is 2.5-hour class, so it's 7.5 hours in total. And it teaches you how to bring crystals into your beauty regime. Now, if you want to use it as an accredited qualification, it is FHT accredited. You would already need to be qualified as a Reiki practitioner, a crystal therapist, or a beauty therapist to use it on the general public and charge for your services. But if you just want to know how to use them for your own personal benefit, then why not join us on one of our beauty courses? We look at which crystals are good for the skin, why they're good for the skin, which crystals are good for massage. We offer you techniques to get you started, lots and lots of advice and ways to use the crystals and techniques on how to use them. We love to see you in classes. We have a great community formed here now. Lots of students are coming back to revisit the diploma this year and want to do it again. So that's how good it is. Once you realize how much it's lighting you up, so you can go and spread your light out there in the world. Thank you for joining me again. I really, really, really appreciate you joining me. And I love that you love my podcast because I love doing them. Thank you so much. Enjoy playing with your crystals. And until we meet again, you take care and light your soul up, because do you know what? You're worth it. Bye, guys. I love you.